What's up, everybody? Brian here, and I want to share a concept with you that I just learned from Dan Sullivan. Dan Sullivan's the founder of Strategic Coach. He's been coaching entrepreneurs for more than 40 years, and a lot of people think he is one of, if not the greatest entrepreneurial coaches in the world. When this guy speaks, I listen. And here's the concept. I don't know if this is what he calls it, but I like to call it the concept of the four C's, like the letter C. Now, everybody wants breakthroughs, right? They want more money, more freedom. They want to tap into their unique abilities more, make a greater difference in the world. You sit anybody down and talk to them, that's what they want. And so then you ask them, so why haven't you taken action towards that? And they say, well, I'll take the action once I have the confidence. And I notice this a lot in my own consulting business, is that people are held back by the fact that they do not have the confidence for any certain action. However, confidence is a byproduct of having the ability to do the task well. You don't get confident until you get good at something. So out of the four C's, confidence is actually number four. It comes last. And so the next excuse that people will bring to the table is they'll say, well, okay, I'll take the action once I have the capability, once I know how to do the certain thing. Capability is great to have, but capability is actually the third C. You do not get the ability to do something right away. I can't give you a bunch of advice and then you become a good skier, right? You have to actually put the skis on and go fall on your ass a few times to learn how to do it. So, what do they need to do? Well, the first C, the first step in any endeavor is commitment. You must make a commitment to whatever it is you're trying to do. And so when you ask somebody to commit to something, but they don't have the capability, nor do they have the confidence, they're going to say, I'm terrified. This is really scary. You want me to do this without knowing how to do it and without having any confidence whatsoever? And I'll say yes, absolutely. Because the second C is courage. So you got commitment, then courage, then capability, and then you get confidence. It always goes in that order. And so here's an important distinction. Having confidence feels great, right? You shoulders back, you walk, and I'm the man or woman, I know how to do this certain task. I'm in the zone. I got this, right? I'm confident. Courage, on the other hand, feels really bad. The way that I liken the feeling of courage is to how you feel when you're about to speak in public. And even if you haven't spoken public in a while, you could be in a yoga class and you have to go around the room and tell something interesting about yourself. You get a little nervous when all eyes are on you. For me, that feeling is the best way that I can describe how courage feels. So if you're committed to something, the next step is to feel like you're about to speak in public, whether or not it requires that. You have to go through that stage to get to the other side, to where you have the ability and to where you have the confidence. And most of you listening here, have already had some kind of breakthrough in your life before. You've already been successful in some area. It could be that you started a business already that was successful. You invested in a stock or a property that did well. You landed a really awesome job. You succeeded as an athlete. You got the girl or guy of your dreams to go on a date with you. There's so many areas you could have succeeded in. You became a parent. Anything you've done before where you've had a breakthrough, you've had success. If you sit down and think about it, you went through this stage already, this process. You were committed to something. You went through a period of courage where you were terrified. You got the ability, the capability, and then you got the confidence. Okay? So the mistake that people make is thinking that they can accomplish something else, another breakthrough in their life, without starting back at square one, without starting back at commitment and without specifically going through that period of courage. When I started our real estate investing company, I was terrified. I had to put on a suit and dress shoes and drink a bunch of coffee and put a Bluetooth in my ear and pace around my house and make sales calls. And I remember just the click of the dress shoes on the floor gave me this like little, sense of strength, that I could, I was worthy of making these calls, because, it has that kind of powerful sound when some dress shoes are clicking across like a wooden floor. It sounds ridiculous, all right? But everybody has their way of talking themselves into doing something and pushing themselves over that line. But that was me going through stage 2, the period of courage. And I've also been guilty of thinking that, all right, I've got it all figured out now. I can just systemize the business and we'll continue to grow in explosive ways. And I don't have to be courageous anymore. I don't have to feel fear anymore. I can hire people to do that for me or whatever. But that's actually not true. And all the greatest entrepreneurs in history have mastered this process of making a commitment, being okay with the courageous period that you have to go through that does not feel good, and then getting the capability and then getting the confidence. So every time you want to have an additional breakthrough, whether it's your first one or your fourth one or your 40th one, you have to remember the 4 C's. You make a commitment, you go through a period of courage, feels terrible, you get the capabilities, you learn how to do the craft well, and then that gives you the confidence. So please, the next time you're about to start anything new, just know that period of courage is coming at you. All right? It's like a train coming down the track really fast. As soon as you make a commitment, boom, there it is. Fear. You have to go through that if you want to arrive at the finish line. Thank you guys for watching, and please leave your questions and your comments. And again, all credit to this concept goes to the man himself, Dan Sullivan. I'm going to post the link to his original video in the notes. Till next time, peace.